Alright, we are back with our other guy. Hello, other guy. Instead of fighting Mesmer right off the bat, I want to fight one of the other people who we haven't gotten to yet. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping we were going to do.
Now, I also changed around their setup a little bit. In addition to having Rolana's swords, we can also swap out the one on the right for this one.
Yeah, let's.
No, but we can also still have Rolana's other sword in the left hand.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Which
I
think it's pretty funny.
Yeah. I like it.
Me too. Alright, so this is the Cerulean West Coast. And in order to get to where we need to go...
It's pretty.
It is. So do you remember us going along here the first time?
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't, Was it as blue?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It might have just been that I didn't have the lighting turned up the first time.
Because it seems bluer this time.
No,
and there's those guys, yeah.
Now, I didn't see what boss we're going to be facing, but I kind of expect it'll have something to do with these guys, considering how important they've been.
Yeah.
You
commented on that, like the fact that there's so many and they're not doing anything.
Yeah. So I thought that was a little suspicious at the time. I still think that's kind of suspicious, and so I suspect, because there's a suspicion, that there will be more to them.
We would be your friend, but we have to go right now.
Yes, I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's not fight you. Now, regarding where we need to go. I'm sure you remember this place right here.
Yep.
And there's this item. Was it a glove wart? Yep. 8. Alright, and so over here... Do you remember there's this giant hole that we were saying, oh, let's not throw ourselves in there.
Yeah.
We're gonna need to throw ourselves in there.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Probably should have known, right? I'm glad you turned up the brightness, because it's actually prettier.
Yeah. So those kind of step-looking things down here. Oh. Weird trash cans, alright. Trash bags, rather.
Yes, they're friend of Moore's.
Oh,
because it seriously looks like he had a garbage can.
I should note, since you mentioned that, apparently having to do with this quest, I spoke to Theolier the Poisoner, and he said that Moore told him something about Violet something or other, and that it was down here, and so that's apparently where Theolier is going. That's how we're supposed to know that we are capable of going down here, I suppose. Now, regarding this, we're entering into some kind of cavernous area with deep purple lilies. It's kind of sad that we're getting close to the end in regards to places we can get to. But at the same time, I suppose it's not terribly sad because we've seen a whole lot.
And we can always come back.
Yeah, exactly. Behold, bloodstain, therefore no secret ahead.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It seems to me like someone had to die in order to get that memo out there. Stone coffin fissure. Oh. Oh, these are big coffins. This is what happens when instead of the trolls killing their friends, the friends kill the trolls. That's what these coffins are for.
Oh dear.
Yeah. See. Now we cannot summon Torrent here, which makes sense because we're in a cave of some sort.
But this we can't because we're in a cave. But there's next place we're going to go, it's just plain Torrent refuses to go.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Someplace called the something woods, like the Dark Woods or something like that. What's interesting to me is that we're picking up silver tears and stuff like that, which are connected to the Nox, which says to me that the Nox have something to do with this place. Congealed putrescence, at least I think that's connected to silver tears. Suppose I can check. Well, I would check if I knew where it was. Here it is. Bruise-colored putrescence that oozes from stone coffins, congealed into a large viscous lump. Found underground in the land where stone coffins drift. The putrescence is what remains of the impure lives kept within the stone coffins.
Oh.
And here we have more of the blood fiend people. Destruction ahead. Visions of too high up. Yep. Still no horse. Grass. I want to go home, except let there be life. Not entirely sure what that means. I'm running it through my head.
I get that I want to go home part.
I get that too. Not entirely sure what they mean by except let there be life.
Well, he has to carry on.
I mean, I don't think...
home, but he has to carry on.
I think you would also... I think your chances of living are probably higher if you go home.
But he means like for everyone. Like,
yeah.
Like to carry on like the world in
Fair
a good
enough.
way.
Yeah, I like that. Carved words coalesce. I abandoned here my love. Okay, well that was Miquella abandoning his love. I don't think that ended well for him. Maybe he did set out with good intentions, and when he abandoned his love, he was like, oh, my bad. I can be evil now.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a good move.
Kindly Miquella, I see you've thrown away something you should not have, under any circumstances. How will you salvation offer to those who cannot be saved, when you could not even save your other self? I agree with this person. That is... Seeing that makes me think that maybe that is what happened. Maybe he did set out with good intentions, not meaning to manipulate people. That would make sense as to how he got so many people to his side. But then when he abandoned his love, he no longer actually felt anything for the people he made promises to. Oh.
But who was his love?
I think just love in general.
Oh. Not he abandoned his love like you could say someone else, she's my love.
Oh, no. I think it's just saying that because he abandoned parts of himself, I think it was just saying that he abandoned his ability to love and...
And with that, how can he help
Yeah.
other people if he can't? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that all makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, I couldn't quite follow if he abandoned his love, he didn't care anymore, but like if your love abandoned you, you mean love like sweetheart?
Yeah.
If they abandon you, yeah, I can see where you just, well, I can't see it, but that would make more sense. Like, they just lost their way. But if you abandon your love, then you just give up on everyone? I don't know. Yeah, clarifying love is very important in that.
Yes. This guy keeps shooting us, and I don't appreciate it one bit.
No, it's not Nice.
Certainly not. That guy
He
looks
did.
like he didn't win.
Oh,
poor
no.
guy. I think I figured out, because I was wondering, I didn't actually set the brightness up higher to my knowledge. I think what the issue is that there's less glare right now. Or there was more, the issue is that there was glare earlier.
That could very well be.
So there's another guy trying to shoot us from up somewhere up here.
Yeah, because you know what? It seems it's a lot clearer right now. And it's
Good.
going a lot easier on my eyes right now.
That's good.
So I'm gonna have to get a sheet or something that I put up,
Yeah?
or we turn the other way maybe.
Mm.
You sit in those chairs.
The reason why we didn't do that originally is because,
Oh yeah, my
Yeah,
legs.
yeah.
Yeah.
because, yeah, over here we have the leg room.
Yeah.
Okay, and then over here. I'm not sure what the purpose is of these guys just kind of exploding. There are people just exploding. If you ask me, that's a pretty poor evolutionary tactic.
Well, you know, it works.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly what it works for.
Well, you explode.
That's true. If your desire is to explode,
And that's
you're doing a
yeah.
good job of it.
Yeah, and I think their desire was too. Unless their reading capabilities weren't very good, so when they're reading the instructions.
I mean, it's said to like expose or something.
Yeah, yeah, and they were like, "Oh, I'll expose," and then joke on them because then they explode.
Yes. Oh, that guy's ribcage just knocked all those rock formations over. That guy had a strong ribcage. He clearly drank his milk. Oh. He's a Leonine Misbegotten. We haven't seen any Misbegotten so far in here, so it always makes me wonder, when we're just seeing one guy of a certain type, but then no others.
Like, who had pull to get him in? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll put one in.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna die pretty easily.
Yeah. Because it makes
You
me
happy? Yay?
like, what's the story reason as to why all these random, seemingly people just showed up here? Multi-layered Links of Light, yeah.
Well, because some people have favorites, and they're not cast to be in this one, and they're like, oh come on, it's like my favorite. And I'm like, all right, you know what? We'll put them way down here. If they find them, they find them.
I can believe that. Multi-rared Ring of Light. Incantation of those who serve Miquella. Produces a multi-rared ring of golden light and fires it forward, inflicting continuous damage on those struck by it. Charging increases potency. This light ring incantation was cultivated by a tradition separate from Golden Order fundamentalism. I just heard a drum, and it kind of worried me because I thought that was the noise of someone about to attack me. Doesn't seem like it actually is someone coming to attack me, so that's nice.
Unless you're slow.
That's a good point. Also, there are a lot of animals right here. Like a lot of just random animals just kind of sitting here. Peacefully, seemingly.
Well, don't trust that. They're waiting for the signal.
I don't know what signal is,
A whistle to attack.
I hope not.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
We just need to take away whoever's whistle. And then it'll be
Get
fine.
another.
Oh no.
Get a whistle.
Oh, please grant me the courage to fly to your feet, my dearest Saint Trina.
I know
Jumping
who
real far
Saint
ahead.
Trina is.
Yep, you do. Death? Guess we gotta jump.
Oh,
Nice. Ah, seems familiar. All the more likely dragon. Oh yeah, this looks like where we fought Dark Eater Meteor in Dark Souls 3. First off, seems familiar. There again, therefore still no dragon. Even with the jump and everything, it kind of is. Oh. We can summon Theolier for whatever is coming up. Hopefully we won't need to. Oh. Putrescent Knight. Well, you're certainly not what I expected to see. Neither of them seem to be doing very well.
no, what's I can't get a good enough look at the horse's back legs. It's like, is he dragging them?
I really can't tell. It honestly looks like there's some kind of gunk covering them. It honestly, if this was in Dark Souls, I would immediately say that it's the Abyss. But this isn't Dark Souls, and the Abyss doesn't really seem to exist.
No, but the horse is in serious trouble.
I think, judging by their appearances, it looks to me like both of them are already dead. And there's some kind of skeleton or ghost thing. Alright, well, Putrescent Knight. I'm adding that to the list.
They would make you do the jump every time.
Yep.
Oh,
Absolutely.
for heaven's sakes.
You better believe it. Now, you know the one game that we haven't played in this series, the one that was made around the time of Dark Souls 2.
Right.
I haven't ever played it, but I have seen a little bit about it. Like, very little, relatively. But I do assume that one of the few things I know of is kind of an inspiration to this fight. Because I know there's this guy who has a weapon that looks kind of like that. Like, I don't really know what he looks like because I haven't really seen him. But I know that there's a guy who holds some kind of weapon that looks kind of like a half circle, like that. I think his name is Koss. So I wonder if that's an inspiration here.
Yeah, and then what is it? It's got like a graveyard.
Not a proper graveyard at any rate. There are a bunch of large people's tombs upwards, but oh, what was that thing we saw about the putrescence? It sprouts forth from the tombs of some people. This might be where all that ends up.
Oh, the indecent or the stone tombs of the
Yeah,
well, pretty much the
indecent. Yeah.
yeah.
So this guy takes a lot of damage, but also does a lot of damage. Interesting thing he did just then. He kind of looked like he was holding it up as though he was going to defend with it. Also, what's up with this guy's face?
I don't know. I'm being more disturbed by the war. See, you know what I'm thinking?
Huh.
That okay, so in this place, you don't you go. Okay, you know how in heaven your soul goes and you're relieved of all your pains.
Yes.
Like you know, if polio, you don't have polio, you know.
Yeah.
So this place, they are still like the horse is still troubled by with whatever wound he got, which probably killed him.
Mm.
It looks like his whole back end was taken out. So he has to live his afterlife like that in this place.
Do you think that that this place is some kind of like
Afterlife.
you think it's like, so like you said, your injuries get healed when you move to the afterlife. Do you think that this is what happened? Like these are just the embodiments of the injuries and stuff that people sustained in life, and so these aren't actually like people; they're just physical manifestations.
No, I think they were actually in this place. They're not separated from their spirit.
But the thing is, it mentioned that the putrescence is what was left in their tombs. Which makes me think that it's just the bodies without spirits, just like what Godwin was. Because you remember how Godwin was his body but without his spirit?
Yeah.
And that was why he was so messed up?
Yeah.
I think it might be the same thing here.
Okay, well, I don't think it's nice if they left the horse like that.
Well, I agree with that.
I mean, I really don't care as much as the guy. He can have a funny face. You know.
You know what's also interesting? This guy has a very particular body shape that makes him seem very inhuman.
Yeah, well, like, look at his neck.
That
his head.
and also, like, the way his ribcage extends way more than his body makes him look almost as if it is, like, a horse skeleton or something like that, rather than human skeleton. Or at least some kind of quadruped.
The horse skeleton on the horse? No.
Yeah.
No. That's not a horse skeleton. Ew.
Or at least some kind of quadruped.
Anything that's a horse. That's not a horse skeleton.
Okay.
It's too ugly. It's a dog.
Ouch.
Christopher, this is one of those, you know, you gotta hurry up and beat them.
I will certainly try.
This is down on the, like, when we're rating. This is low.
Where does it compare to fingers?
It's above fingers.
I'm glad we have at least that straight.
Most things will be above fingers.
How does Estelle compare to fingers?
Worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
But we're not, you know, splitting hairs maybe. You know? I mean...
That honestly does surprise me, though.
Oh, yeah. Estelle totally creeps me out. Ugh.
I could make a joke about how the fingers creep me out. Yeah, see, like, right there when he's on his four legs, it really does seem like a quadrupedal animal.
But a horse wouldn't be on a horse.
That is true. I couldn't imagine why that would be the case.
But something with a long neck.
Hmm?
Maybe it's a giraffe.
I don't think it's quite long enough to be a giraffe.
Well, that would be weird to have a giraffe on a horse.
I don't know. I think you could have a horse on a giraffe a lot easier.
Nah. First wouldn't want to ride a giraffe.
I'm not sure a giraffe could ride a horse.
It'd be interesting.
I think the giraffe would be way
No,
too
actually,
big
it would
for
be interesting. Yeah. One of them would get hurt.
Yeah.
I think the giraffe would get hurt trying to get on the horse.
Okay, well, goop time. Oh, that was very poor. Oh, that was not what I was supposed to
Christopher, no! You're supposed to get us out of here! Oh, great. Watch. This is going to be one of your 20 loser ones.
Well, I'm not trying to make it that way. If we went into this with, like, our main guy who has 14 Scattertree Blessings, I will say I probably could do it in, like, 2 tries, but we don't want to do that.
No. We might change our mind.
Also, I'm doing a slow spin as we're falling.
I know. Everything about this. Every time you have to start, you have to fall a really long way. And then you have to watch this hurt horse.
Okay, our poke, sadly, is not really going to work here. Because the poke is just too specific in its range. And this guy has a lot of concave body parts where the poke can kind of just slip right through.
Yeah. Come when you break the skeleton.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe if I just stand still instead of trying to follow him. That actually does seem to work because I've noticed he's very physically active. Here's the rough part. Oh, okay. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I've noticed that in the DLC, everyone seems to enter their second phase way too early. Like, other than Messmer, I think everyone enters their second phase at like 70% of their health or something.
What's it normally?
Normally it's somewhere around 50, like 50%.
Uh-huh.
I think the only other time it's something so extreme is Dragon Slayer Armor in Dark Souls 3. And then basically everyone is like, yeah, that's way too soon. Because the first phase has the better music.
Why do you think they did that?
Sorry, push-ups. I'm going to guess it might just be because they want people to learn the second phase more, so that, you know, it's easier to get through the first phase so that you can get to the second phase. That's my guess. And so you have more time, I suppose, against the second phase in order to learn it. I've learned that I can do approximately 1 3/4 full rotations.
Yes, that's nice.
Yes, it certainly is.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with my rotation ability.
Yeah, I'm not pleased that you're jumping off that thing. You come down here.
Which is worse, the method or the destination?
Oh. You know they're both bad.
Yeah.
Unless they had to do that in real life, then I'd say,
Both equally.
yeah. See, what's really troubling me is the fact that the thought that, okay, so that's how the horse died in its real life, and so it's like the back end was shot out, and then he hasn't been relieved of that.
I don't think that's necessarily the case here. Because it seems to me like whatever is going on here, the horse isn't really... Unlike, with Sith in Dark Souls 1, the horse isn't really notably struggling here. Like, it seems to be having difficulty moving,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily seem to be sad. Well, I suppose you're paying more attention to the face, and I'm paying more attention to giant weapons. So I suppose you're picking up on details that I'm not. It's like I really can't take my eyes off the weapon. Alright. Darn. Almost. That one right there kind of reminds me of Manus in Dark Souls 1. He has an attack that's kind of similar to that. It also seems like our focus is just generally weaker even if we do land it. I suppose makes sense because I imagine slashing against a bone is probably stronger than just poking it. Remembrance of Putrescence. And we will definitely want to look at what that has to say in just a moment. Well done, this person says. Thank you very much. Time for It's Like a Dream. I did it. By the way, why is it always strong foe?
It's in your way. No, you're fine.
Oh, Saint Trina.
That was in your way. Maybe that's why the...
Dear brother is this, your poison and the sweet sleep that follows. Oh, please, let me hear your voice. Then you too must have paid a visit to Saint Trina's garden of deepest purple. I'm drifting off in the sea of her poison. Soon I will hear her voice. Let me be. I won't be long. almost forgot. You mustn't follow my example. Saint Trina's poison would plunge you into an eternal slumber. It must be me, and only me. I am gone, adrift in sleep, so that I may hear Saint Trina's lost voice. Let me be. I won't be long.
Do we imbibe nectar into this flower or leave?
Don't trust me. I've been giving bad advice this whole time.
I'll imbibe the nectar.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, whoops.
Nice.
I am gone, adrift in sleep, so that I may be.
Saint Trina's Disciple Cookbook we just picked up. Yep, so I suppose he's still here. Anything
I
else?
am gone, so that I may hear Saint Trina's lost voice. Let me be.
So I suppose this is where Theolia ends up. Doesn't seem like he's dying though, which is nice. Now that we've done that, do you want to get back to fighting Mesmer?
We
Or do
have
you
another place to go.
Oh yes, I'm sorry, I forgot. Oh goodness. This one I will have to look up real quick.
Okay.